Welcome to Kyle Anthony's UFC betting show. I am Kyle Anthony and welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the bet review show for UFC on ESPN Plus 18, Jack Hermansson versus Jared Canninier. We're going to talk about the two free plays that we talked about on this card. Very exciting card. A nice cash for us. We're going to go over the plays now. So the first play that we had was on the main event of the evening between Jack the Joker Hermansson and Jared the Killer Gorilla Canninier. We're going to talk about this fight here now. You can, if you want to see my entire breakdown, I will put a link on here for you to take a look at my channel. Take a look at the breakdown. So I'm not going to go over everything. But what we saw there, and the thing that we really liked, and when I was breaking this down, I really liked his counter wrestling. That was something that, when we're talking about paths to victory, a lot of people obviously like Hermansson, that he was going to be going out there, he's going to be looking for that early takedown, and, Cannonier has been taken down a lot. Now, again, I talked about it. It was just the fact that he's able to get up. He's been very able to, yes, he's susceptible to being taken down, but then he's able to always find himself an opportunity to get up. The strength was going to be very important for this also, and that you saw right out of the gate in this fight. Now, Hermansson came out there, he looked to push forward early, and he came out actually a lot more aggressive than I figured. I figured that he was going to look to push early. He didn't want to stand and trade with Jared at all, so he was going to look to get that first takedown. And what he did right away was he came out there with some strong leg kicks and tried to almost throw off Cannonier, almost overwhelm him, which I thought actually, right when he came out that way, I said, damn, he's going to get him right to the ground quickly, like the way that he was at. And even the announcer said it too, that those first few takedowns, and I was saying with the people that I was with last night, that the first few attempts is going to be monumental in this fight. Now, if Hermansson takes him down early, the fight, who knows, the fight could end, or it could just be a long night for Cannonier trying to defend takedowns, fighting off his back, fighting off ground and pound. And you saw early that when Hermansson came out there, guns blazing, looking for the takedown, he was able to get out of it, got up against the cage a little bit, and then was able to kind of push his way away from it. Wasn't a full-on attempt, he tried to get him down, but then you saw that second time where Hermansson got his back. Now that's lights out for most guys in that division. Hermansson's on your back, he's got him, he even almost suplexed Cannonier, which was pretty damn impressive, but was able to get him down, and once he had his back, he almost pretty much looked like he had a body lock on him also. That was going to be the difference maker here. This was going to be, if he gets out of this, that's going to be a lot of energy out of Hermansson, and it's also going to be just really a mental breakdown for him, realizing, wow, I just had him in two really good positions, spots that I was hoping I could get him in. I got him in it, and I can't get the finish. And that, I thought, you saw midway through that fight, midway through the first round, that you really saw that Hermansson, I wouldn't say that he was broken by any means, but I think it was kind of a look on his face like, holy shit, this guy's strong. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this over and over and over again. And I thought also that Cannonier fought smart. He also did not look to just go out there and fire on all cylinders either, looking for the big shot, looking for the monster shot. He was very patient, stayed outside, waited for his opportunities, threw a couple combinations, but literally let Hermansson dictate the pace, which sometimes isn't the greatest thing to do when you're fighting a guy like who's going to go out there and look for those takedowns. But he realized, I'm going to be stronger, and I'm going to be able to sprawl, going to be able to defend those takedowns, and throughout this fight, I'm going to find opportunities to land the big shot. So that first round, there was, it was a very close round. Hermansson had him to the ground, and it was a very close round. I thought that, again, that early barrage that Hermansson had was going to be a difference maker. But then you saw going through that round, it slowly started to slow down. And he realized, I got to pick my opportunities to go for those takedowns. And then that second round, going into that second round, that was again, Hermansson came out guns blazing again. And that's obviously something that I think that maybe Cannonier was preparing himself for, but again, as soon as he could not get him down, you really saw that Hermansson maybe looked a little tired or just looked a little defeated, that he could not get him in the positions that he was hoping he'd get him in. And then again, you see the opportunity again where Hermansson looks to go low, throws the big uppercut, drops him, gets on top, and when he was starting to lay those big bombs, the ground and pound, I was saying, please end this fight, please call it, get this fight over with, and you really saw that there was nothing. I mean, it could have been 15 shots. A lot of them were blocked, but Hermansson had nothing left. There was a couple big shots that landed. That first hook, I'm sure the first uppercut was a big shot. He took him down. Able to get that victory. We're able to cash in on Jared Cannonier at plus 185, and I did hit it again. I mean, that line kept going up. I mean, when this line started going up, and I was talking to a couple of you guys on Twitter, that, when that line started going up and it went up to, 200, and then 205, and then 210, I ended up dropping another bullet at 210, and then actually just before the fight, it got up to 230. I sprinkled a little bit of that on as well with my other play and parlayed it. I said, these odds, it's unbelievable. I still liked Cannonier, and as those odds moved up, I just had to get more exposure on it. So it was really nice. It was a great payday, really paid off. So we're able to cash in on Jared Cannonier in the main event at plus 185, plus 210, and plus 230. Now, the other one we're going to talk about is Gunnar Nelson versus Gilbert Burns. We also cashed in on Gilbert Burns at minus 140 and at minus 120. That line also had moved down, and when we were talking about this fight here, breaking it down, the big thing for me here was going to be that Burns was going to throw those calf kicks. And again, we talked about it. If you want to see the entire breakdown, definitely take a look. But that was going to be something big. The fact that Gunnar Nelson is going to have that long karate stance, and it's going to leave out that front leg, and it's going to give a great opportunity for Burns to go out there and just chop away. And early in that fight, I mean, it was maybe 1-2 that he landed early. You saw, I mean, although Gunnar is a little bit on the pale side, but you could see that it was definitely causing damage early, and then he started laying into it on the inside of that front leg, and then Gunnar, you could tell, was even at a point trying to switch stances. He realized, he's landed a lot of these shots, and that's something that then it almost took him so out of his comfort zone that already the thing that I did not like about Gunnar was he's very timid and he just doesn't have that output. And you've got somebody like Burns, who I believe is a stronger guy. Maybe the technical side, we're talking about grappling, Gunnar definitely has those credentials. But the striking, Gunner's moving it up. But Gilbert Burns is very versatile. He's a risk taker. He's not worried about going forward because he believes he's got the strength, and then as well as he's got the grappling. And there was a couple spots, though, that were early where Gunnar got him in that first round, and there was, opportunity where Gunnar maybe could have done something, and then some way Burns gets out of it. And then pretty much I would say that first round I was looking at very close. I was more giving it towards Gunnar just because of that late takedown, and then kind of how that round ended. But again, Gunnar was not really pushing a lot of volume out. And then in that second round into that third round, I thought it was Burns. I thought Burns did enough. Second round was definitely his. Third round was another close fight. I mean, this was definitely not a landslide fight by any means, but that late takedown in that third round, I thought really sealed the deal for Burns to really go out there and get us to cash in. I mean, I really like what I see from him. I think that he is really evolving, and for him to take this fight on short notice was a little bit of a worrisome to me. I mean, it was something that I didn't like, but again, I thought stylistically it was a great matchup for him, and Burns also was saying that multiple times he's asked to fight Gunnar, so I like that he had it in mind, that he was really looking at him as somebody that he believes he could beat. Like the opportunity there, and again, the odds worked in our favor. We first landed it on, put a bet in at minus 140, and again, as I'm watching that fight come closer, it started moving down. It got to minus 120. I ended up betting it again, so was multiple betting these fights as the lines were improving in my favor of the fighter that I was looking at betting. Had to go in more on it, and was able to cash in on both, parlayed them, bet them straight, ended up betting a little bit more than I wanted to as the lines were improving. I had to keep going and betting on it with that. So we were able to cash in on both of these. So it was a very good night for us here, and I gotta say, it does feel good to go there and cash those winning tickets. So we're able to cash in on Jared Cannonier and Gilbert Burns. We will have our bet review show out this week, looking at either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to drop the video, and an awesome card that's coming up. Main event, I am definitely diving into, already looking at it. I'm talking to a couple of you guys already that who you guys like and that kind of thing, but I'm really excited for this main event that's coming up on Saturday night. So definitely subscribe if you've not yet done so. Appreciate you guys that are hitting the like button, and as well as definitely comment down below. Let me know what you guys had. Let me know what you guys were betting. Were you guys on Cannonier? And we'll take it from there. Looking forward to seeing everybody again at the next prediction show. And this is Kyle Anthony's UFC betting show, and I'll see you next time.